A minibus from Hanoi takes all morning to reach the Antoine Chao port. A service boat takes us to our junk boat, the Majestic. We lunch on board while the boat heads out to Halong Bay. For the next 2 days, this boat would be our home while we look around this World Heritage Site. Our first night in Halong Bay is quick to arrive. Our boat lays anchor to stay for the night. The boat across the water is all lit up. Its lights ripple in the gentle waves below. It is only one of several boats around us. What we see in front of us is the stuff of dreams. Even the moon is humbled. It is just a faint disk. Looking out of our cabin, we see only shadows. They will take shape at dawn. We sleep.
At daybreak, the shadows become island hills which rise from the water as islands. Some of us try out Tai Chi and yoga led by an instructor. Our boat starts on its journey, so do all the other boats. Some enter channels between hills and some emerge from them.
Traditional Vietnamese explain the formation of Halong Bay. Long ago, when hordes of enemies attacked them, their dragon god appeared and destroyed them. By storming them with rocks of jade and emerald. The leftover gemstones which fell into the water became the green islands of Halong Bay. But the real story is that over 500 million years ago, this place was a bed of limestone, about 1,000 meters tall. The sea level rose and flooded it. Seawater and rain eroded away the limestone bed. As the sea level went down, the eroded limestone rocks surfaced as islands. 1,600 of these, some 100 meters tall, dot Halong Bay. The interior of these islands were also eroded into caves. The one most visited here is the Sung Sot or Surprise Cave. Our group was ferried over to see it.
We skipped that experience. At Guilin in China, we had seen karst hills beside the river Li. insides of the reed flute cave. Stalactites and stalagmites are common features of limestone caves. Last year, our friends Jacqueline and Claudine, who visited Halong Bay, saw one of its caves. Caves are also formed at sea level by tidal erosion. We did enter one of these later with a few other seniors.
It's midday. We ride through channels and enter bays. Our minds conjure up and human and animal figures and rock overhangs and towers. We see grottos. Claudine and Jacqueline rode under one last year. The scenery is idyllic under a clear sky above and the water below, rich with islands and boats. Speedboats hurry by to remind us of today's noise and bustle. We see a few floating cottages. Maybe some fishermen live there. We also see kayaks and their riders. They get to see Halong Bay up close. The water is green, algae maybe. The waters shimmer and dance. Their ripples mirror the sun into our eyes. It is late afternoon. We visit T-Top Island. For many, it's a place to swim and lie on the beach. Our group takes a selfie with a statue, that of German Titov, a Russian cosmonaut who was here in 1962. Some of us climb a hill 450 steps to the top for a bird's eye view of Halong Bay. It is evening. Our boat cruises into a bay. We see a floating pearl oyster farm. Floats, hundreds of them, bob in the waters. They support oyster cages below. At the farm, they show how it is done. The bay is shallow, just 10 meters deep, but it's home to over 1,000 species of marine animals as well as pearl oysters. It's sunset. The hills block the sight. The boats stop moving. The lights are back. We dine again on our boat. Two of the passengers have birthdays. They cut a cake and we share. It is totally dark now, and the boats light up the water one more time.
It's next morning. It's time to leave Halong Bay. Not before we get a lesson in Vietnamese cooking. We fill softened rice paper with a mix of vegetables and meat and deep fry them.
Such spring rolls are known as Nam Ran or Jejio. We say our goodbyes. The boat cruises back to the port. The ocean becomes wider and we see the shoreline. We get back on the minibus for our ride back to Old Hanoi. The historic city is a beehive. And what a contrast! From Halong Bay, a quiet dreamland, an experience which we shall never ever forget.